Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's another snowy, frosty day from here somewhere in southeast Michigan at the Antique Automotive Acres, where the future of the car is not today. You can tell it's another day once again because the color of the bow tie is different. We're back to working on Hazel, my 1906 Rio Model B. We're going through a coolant flush process that I actually videoed as one long video, but I've gone back and broken it up a bit just to make it a little bit smaller, manageable chunks. So if you haven't seen any of the previous videos, maybe you might want to go back and give them a watch to get caught up to speed on where we're at right now. So the previous video, we put the body back together. That's a fun one to watch because you learn that this car is all wood, pretty much. So again, it's more like a horse-drawn buggy than it really is the cars that we're used to nowadays. This video, we're getting into some of the prep, getting the car ready to run. We might get that one-cylinder engine to start, but we've got to go through some fluid top-ups, and you'll learn a little bit more about the product I'm using for this coolant flush process. So why don't we go ahead and get things started. Okay, so I did have to move the camera back a bit because it's a little tight up here. It's a little cramped in the shop right now. A couple cars in here, a lot of equipment spread around that I need to organize. Part of how I'm going to be able to organize is get these cars running so that I can move them out and move stuff around. So we begin the procedure with making sure there's gas to run the car. And it needs gas, so luckily happen to have some out here. So one of these fabulous modern, Lord, I don't like them, twist and push and try to pour gasoline, and it usually leaks on me and makes a mess everywhere. But safety and emissions and da-da-da-da-da-da. So one of the things that folks ask me when it comes to these antique cars is, do you add lead to your gasoline or do you have to run a special gasoline? The answer is no. These cars are really low compression. This is probably only about 4:1 in compression ratio. And lead was really added to gasoline in the 1920s, so after this car was already made, to raise the octane of gasoline from about 20 to about 50. So you really don't need lead in your gas for these old cars. Now the muscle cars and things like that, that's a different situation. But for this car here, just regular old 87 octane will do the trick. If you can find ethanol free, I'd use it. This is not, because I couldn't find any. It'll run through it. I drive these cars enough that I run through it that the gas doesn't sit too long. And just to, you know, because with ethanol gas, it'll, and I overfilled it, dummy. Made a mess. Well, made a mess. Couple rags to clean that up. Of course, you know, these, not used to having folks watch me on camera do these things, so I'll get better at it, hopefully. And in reality, maybe not, but you know, these do happen. So just soak that up. A little bit of gas on the floor is not going to bother it. You'll see why in a moment. What I will do is set these on the dirty, disgusting tray and deal with that after the fact. So, gas is in. Tighten down the lid. Can't get the water open. Need a wrench. Go back, get a wrench. Use just a, it's a square head. square head pipe threaded, so just an adjustable wrench should be enough to get it open. Typically this doesn't open all that often, so it is a little bit tighter. So now we have the same funnel. Give a wipe out to remove most of the gasoline from it. And this is only going to run for about 10 or 15 minutes just to flush the system out. So first thing is coolant flush. Find one you like and stick with it. This is a friend recommended this to me. It's called Erosion. Again, it's pretty good at helping to protect these old cars that sit for a fairly long time. I'm noticing there's stuff in the top of the bottle. Looks like it took it off the little cap there. I'm going to grab a different bottle and be right back. I know I have it on. There it is. Use this bottle instead. Same stuff. Still no erosion. Just have a bunch of it. Didn't think I would have to do this. My apologies. Here we go. So this goes in, opens it up. Make sure your petcocks are closed and the camera is not pointing at me. That's annoying. All of a sudden it's decided to point someplace else. Over here, dummy. Hello? Hello? Why are you turning? There we go. Thank you. I do have the camera on a little mount to try. I'm just one person in my own shop, so it's on a little motorized mount that's supposed to track me. So that's in. Camera's looking at me. No erosion's in. Next, nice clean water. I don't use my tap water because I'm on a well, and it's clean enough to drink, but clean spring water is better. So fill the tank up. Try not to spill it like I did before. Fun watching folks pour water, isn't it? Cascading pour. Ooh. Let that drain in, and then we'll take a look and see how much we've got in there. You're supposed to have it relatively close to the top of the tank. Back here. Hello. Hi there. Come on, camera. Look at me. Dang it. There it is. I go out of frame and it loses me. So I'll get better at this, maybe. So, oh yeah, we need more. So we will put more water in. Yeah. Second gallon of water. The manual says to keep it about an inch below the top of the tank. That should be enough to force water through the engine. It gravity feeds from the tank through the pump and then circulated from the pump through the radiator. Let's take a look and see again. It didn't lose me this time. That's not enough. I need a little bit more water, apparently. 2.5 gallons. Luckily, I've got more. Yeah. Didn't lose me. Did it lose me? Didn't lose me. However, something's hanging. That's my microphone, so you guys can hear my dulcet tones. Okay, about 1/2 gallon. Let's take a look-see again. Close. A little more, just a tickle. There we go. Topped up. Top shelf. So, put the lid on the water so I don't make a mess. Bring the plug back in. And now we get to the fun part, which is starting this thing. Well, folks, there you have it. Another task checked off the list of the coolant flush on Hazel, my 1906 Rio Model B. All the fluids are topped up and we're ready to move into that all-exciting start video where you hear that thundering count them, one-cylinder engine roar into life. Also, my apologies for the issues with the camera during the recording of this video. I ordered the Robot Co. Track-O-Matic 1000. Probably should have sprung for the 2000 model. In all seriousness, I'll work on seeing how I can improve that so it's not so shaking all over the place. I think what was happening was it was actually catching my reflection in one of my other cars in the shop. So never thought the paint would be that shiny to actually do that. So coming up, I know I've been stringing it along, but at the same time, I need to keep you guys coming. I want you to come back and watch more videos. So coming up, the next video of Hazel, my 1906 Rio Model B, will be that start video. I guarantee it. You will hear that thundering one-cylinder engine come to life as we continue to work through the coolant flush process. In the meantime, if you've got any questions or comments, go ahead and put them down below in the chat window. I make an effort to try and answer any questions, and I do take your feedback into consideration. Again, mentioning things like the issues I've been having with the camera. As I progress on this, hopefully I will work to make them better. If you got any questions, again, about stuff you saw in the shop, feel free to also put them in the chat window below. Already gotten some feedback, and that will probably drive another video here in the near future, just to give you an overview of what the Antique Automotive Acres is. In the meantime, if you like what you saw, feel free to like, maybe give the channel a subscription. Go ahead and push that little bell icon there. I think the Black Magic YouTube analytics like that. At least you'll know when I post another video of more exciting antique automotive content. So with that, I'm going to sign off for now, and thanks for watching.